Uploading an email to Klaviyo is honestly one of the easiest things you could do. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how you could send out an email on Klaviyo, from scheduling it to, before that, setting it up the right way with all the different settings, making sure you know exactly what each of them mean, and then eventually sending the email out live for you. Let's get to it. All right, here we go. So this is a dummy account, by the way, so don't get freaked out. First thing we're going to do is go to Figma. Once we're in Figma, we are going to slice up the image we want to make. Now, when slicing the image, make sure that you get it right at the very corner of each. Make sure you get each corner of the email. Right. The reason this is because if you don't, I won't be able to show you, but it'll basically look very off. Like there's going to be a white line. Like for example, if I do this, maybe I will be able to show you. No, not on this one. But if you mess it up just by a little bit, there's gonna be a white line in your email and it's gonna look nasty. So make sure you zoom in and you get it from the corner to the ends of the corner. So corner, corner, corner. You're gonna set it all up. Once you slice the entire email, and by the way you slice it is very, very simple. Just do it in chunks. The reason why you don't upload the email as a whole is because it lags a lot when the person gets it. So if you just upload the email as a whole, it'll send out. But it's going to take forever for the person to actually see the email, because it's going to take forever to load, even if you compress it. So that's why we do little slices, so it could, when it's uploading it, people can receive it in bite-sized chunks. And again, you don't have to go very, very specific. You could even do it from here in the middle of the product. Just make sure that you really zoom in when you make the next slice, and you go right at the corner. So you make sure you go from here to here, and you do that again and again and again. With the shop now button, you don't have to do anything fancy. You could just make it like for here, for example. What I would just do is boom, boom. That's what I would do. Some people like to do it like this. I see no point in that. I know people's reasoning, and just because you don't want to have so many different CTAs, but it makes no sense because you're gonna have it either way. So you have to do it. Just don't worry about it. This is fine. Again, like this, I can't explain it, but anything like this is a big enough slice. Anything bigger may take a little bit longer. So you're gonna do that, and again, main thing with this end is the only time you want to make sure that the CTA is actually sliced directly on the CTA is if you have multiple products, which we do in this email. So in this email, I'm gonna slice this so that you can see each one and all these products. So let me do that for you, and I'll come back when it's ready. So once we have all the images sliced up, again, you could see we did it in chunks. It's very, very simple. Again, when you're doing any type of CTA or any product, make sure that you do slice it like that, or else when people click on this and you're linking it, if I were to slice it like that, people may be clicking the radiance ritual, but because it's part of the shop now button, it links them to something else and it's not the product they wanted to go to. So just be careful with that. Anyways, once they are sliced up, by the way, kind of the radius or the size of it, it's 1 pixel or whatever, PNG, that's fine. After you're done with that, then you're gonna go to your good old standard Klaviyo, go to campaigns. Again, this is a dummy account, even though it has a sale, funny enough. Once you go campaigns, you go to create campaigns. There we go. And then the way we like to do it is we like to have it, the day in which it's going to go out, or the number of email it is in the context of the calendar, and then kind of an overall essence of the email. So for example, if it's the first email we're going to send out, I'll put 1. If it's the second, 2, 3, 4. Not by the date, but by the number of email. So this one would be the first one. And I would say, what's the point of this email? We would put number 1 skincare, right? And again, it's a very neat way to just organize everything. Single, you're going to make an email. You could also do a text message. I like, Klaviyo's text message. You could do it. One text is actually pretty good. As of now, it's pretty solid. That's all I could say. I do like one text. You're going to hit email, continue, and you'll be good to go. Once you're here, you get to choose your audience. Now, who do you send the emails out to? I'll say this. If you're just brand spanking new to email marketing, this is your first time sending emails out, I would suggest sending to 200 people max. And how do you actually do that? And I'll actually show you right now, just because we're here. What you're gonna do, as far as the actual segments go, you're gonna go to audience. You're gonna go, well, first you go profiles, but just go listen segments. You're gonna hit that. And then once you're there, you're gonna hit create new, and then create segment, and then you'll be able to create the segment. Who do you pick? The way we like to do it is, man, this thing is not moving. Again, if you're a new brand and you're just starting email marketing, now you want to send to a very, very engaged audience. Now, what I would suggest is do somebody who's opened your emails, but if you don't even have that, you're going to have to go to your second best option, which is people who have either placed an order or have visited your site in the last 1 to 2 days, or maybe subscribe to your email marketing in the last 5 days, 10 days, whatever the case may be. but you want to create a segment so tight to the point where it's about 200 people. So let's see if we could do that now. The way we do it, you can go fancy, which, you go what someone has or has not done. Then you could put like, subscribe to email marketing. My thing is bugging. There we go. You could do like subscribe to email marketing, and you do at least once. In the last, you could do 30 days, whatever. Or you use AI, and you could just do the good old handy dandy. Where you at? I lost it. Let me come back to it. All right, for some reason, it's not appearing on this account, maybe because it's a dummy account, but usually there'll be like a explain your segment, and then you could just literally type out like, hey, it'll appear in the select the condition, be like, hey, not hey, you could do placed order in the last, 10 days, right? And then it'll do it for you, and it'll do it like really, really good. That's it. And again, you want to have a very tight list, so people who are highly engaged, but small enough where it's about 200 people. 200 is the base amount. Once you go from 200, you go 400, 800, 1600, 3200, and then just look at your open rates and make sure that you're actually getting anywhere above. If you're just warming it up, I would honestly say 20, 30% is fine. If you consistently stay there while opening up your list. If you dip below that, I would suggest tightening up the list and then waiting until it gets back to 20, 30, maybe even 40, 50% open rates, and then so forth and so on. But that's essentially how you warm up your list. If you already have a warmed up list, we always suggest saying to either 30 or 90 day engaged audience. So for that, you just pick 30 or 90 day engaged. And what is engaged? People who have opened your email, clicked on your email, or have gone to site. Now, gone to site is a bit of a different one. If you want to play it safe, you could do anybody who has opened your email or clicked on your email. If you're really trying to expand your list, you could also do anybody who has been active on the site in the last 30, 60, 90 days. But anywhere from 39 to 90 days, that's a good amount. Don't send to. The only times where I would make a don't send to is if there's a specific list like we know not to send to, or people who have placed an order in the last about 10 to 15 days. Think about your buying cycle, right? Your customer's buying cycle. If you have a product that people buy, once a year, you're obviously not going to include them. But if, it's like a supplement or like a, consumer packaged good that people could digest or use consistently, then I would kind of cap it to probably place the order in the last 14 days, about 2 weeks. The reason you do this is to make sure you don't piss people off if they just bought. Even if you're giving them value to them an email, it's like, fine, I finally bought, let me chill out for a little bit. Or another perfect example is if you have a sale going on, right? You especially don't want to send your emails if you have a sale going on, because think about it, if your customer just bought for full price and now you're offering 50% off, it's going to piss them off. Unless you're doing some type of brand update email, which if you check out my $22,000 made from text-based emails, if you check that email out, the first email I go through, that's a perfect example of a brand update email, and you could send out to literally everybody. It doesn't have to be whether they place an order or not place an order. If you're giving just a general brand update, you could send it out to everybody. Anyways, for this one, we'll just pick a random one just to get through it. Do not send to, you could do that. Last thing, turn on smart sending, turn that off. What smart sending is excuse me, it stops the email from going to anybody who has received any type of email from your brand in the last 16 hours. You can literally read it right here. Reason that's a no-go is because if you have something like a welcome flow active and somebody just subscribed to your emails, you're trying to get them as many messages as you can, right? You're trying to get all your content out. So don't try to limit yourself by 16 hours. I've never used turn on smart sending, honestly. I'm sure there's a time and place for that, but not that we have come across. So yeah, just turn that off. Trust me, it's never needed. And then Next up, you're gonna hit create. Now, this is if you wanna make a design-based email. So if you have like a graphic-based email, you can go here and then set it up. If you don't, and you wanna make a text-based email, you're gonna hit switch to text-only editor, and that's it. One last thing I'll mention real quick just before I move on to the next section. Tracking, this is like UTM tracking. Essentially what this does is it helps you, I believe on Shopify itself, you could literally track if the sale directly came from email. So like I literally went on the email, I clicked on the email, and I bought from the email. You could directly track that. I suggest, turn it on. Tracking never hurts. So yeah, I would just, hit on. Doesn't affect your email's deliverability or anything like that. If anything, like tiny percent, but don't worry about it. You could do it. I suggest doing it. If you have no type of Facebook ads running and you're just, you're freeballing it, you just have email, you don't have to worry about it. But anyways, you're gonna hit next. And again, text-based email, you're gonna hit this, which I already showed you. Or if you wanna do the other thing, you go, drag and drop editor, create. And again, you're just gonna hit create if it's a normal email. From here, I'm going to clear everything out. I'll even clear out this. So the cool thing about Klaviyo specifically is legally you have to have a subject line in every single email if it's a marketing email, and unsubscribe, not subject line. You have to have an unsubscribe link. Cool thing about Klaviyo is they automatically do it. So I just want to turn the whole thing off. It doesn't look ugly. Like, it's just a completely different part of the email, and it's clear and it's very, very small. So don't worry about it. And then you're gonna hit drag and drop. And then from now, you're gonna start uploading the email. So let me do that for you. I couldn't find it, so we're just gonna upload another one. There's another email. But yeah, you're gonna start slicing it just like normal. And then you could hit duplicate, or you could just drag another image and just do it like that. And you're gonna do that for every single image. So once that's all set up and done for, it's weird for me, but yeah, you're gonna drag and drop. That's the easiest. If you don't wanna drag and drop, what you could also do is go to your handy dandy image, go here, and then you could select an image. Maybe that's faster for you, who knows. And then you're gonna do that for the whole process. I'll come back when it's ready. Great, it's all set up now, and I had to change the email again. It was very, very weird on my end. But once it's all set up, you're gonna go and link the images. So from now, you're gonna go ahead to your website. Pro little tip, when linking the emails, make sure that you link them directly to a product page. Now, if it's a general, like, shop now button, then I would still try to link them to a general page. So this is the landing page. Don't link them to the landing page. It's very, like, you're probably gonna convert a little less because you're giving people so many different steps. Like, okay, first I go to the landing page, then I gotta pick the specific product I wanna buy. If you can, just link them directly to your bestseller or whatever specific product you're promoting. And if you don't have a specific product, just link them to the general product page. Right, not landing page, but product page. So for them, this is their product page. You're gonna copy it just like normal, and you're gonna paste that bad boy in. Don't try to use the code. It's for Black Friday. And you're gonna do the same thing here. Now, I learned this. It's, I personally like to do it, but I see reasons why not to. If you're getting your deliverability warmed up, try to have as little CTAs as possible. So don't try to link every single image. Only link it to the images that have a shop now button. So like if I was trying to work my deliverability, I wouldn't include a CTA here. Again, the reason being is that, again, Yahoo, Google are like, why does this email have so many CTAs? It's gonna probably spam. But for us, this email deliverability is really, really good. So we're gonna link it to every single email. Why? Some people just see the 15% off, they just wanna click it and go directly to it. Small little things like that, but they do make a big difference when you're talking about hundreds of thousands of people in your list. Once that is set up, at that point, you're good to go on the design aspect. Now you create your subject line. Subject lines, don't overcomplicate it. I mean, for us, I would probably do like let's do percent off, grade 15. Great curiosity, by the way. They already know that this code, so they're just gonna click the email. 50% off, Black Friday, and then Black Friday, grade 15. There you go. And then you could add emojis and that whole thing. We won't add any preview text. That's the little line of text people will see after it. So let me show you an example. So for example, this is Olipop. For them, this is the actual subject line, last day to save. And then this little, well, they actually don't have, this is a preview text. For some reason, they didn't have it here. But this little text right here, so here's the main subject line. And then here, all that is the, so here, this main text right here, that's kind of like more bolded. You've unlocked 15 pounds off. Let me zoom in a little bit. And then this little thing right here, that little redeem credit now, that's your preview text. And if you have a text-based email, Klaviyo will automatically fill in the preview text because it will literally be the preview. But yeah, it's the first little line that you have in the email. Obviously, if you have a graphic-based email, you can't put that. You can't put a preview text automatically because it's not text, it's images. That's why you put the preview text. Sender name, don't overcomplicate. I mean, I would just put preview text, take advantage or ends in 72 hours, right? Something like that. Not the hours. And maybe like a little pizza emoji, right? So pizza. There we go. And then Pasta Emporium, or pasta in that case. Yeah, I would do that. A little pro tip as well is if you are running a sale, you could put like Pasta Emporium rewards. And then you could also do like a little emoji of your product. But yeah, that does really, really good as well. Nice way to stand out in the inbox, so that's good. Sender name, you can put the sender name. That's about, don't worry about that one. And you're good to go. Now, once you are ready to check out the email, you're gonna go preview and test. And then you can put in whatever email you want. That's about one. Let's do, we'll do like, hi@123.com and then send test, and then we'll receive it right now. Oh, and real quick, this little total size button, it just shows how big of a file it's gonna be when you upload the email. Smaller it is, the better. The more compressed it is, the better. So that way, when somebody receives your email, it opens instantaneously, opposed to having them wait like 5-10 seconds, which just kills conversions in your emails. So yeah, it makes the email load faster. Is basically it. If you're here, that's fine. Really try to be under 20 KB. That's very easy, but just be under it. And boom, 15% off Black Friday, grade 15. This is the preview email, and then you just hit shop now. Make sure that it's linked correctly, and if you link multiple images, link them. Check it. Sometimes it just glitches and it's not perfect, so just do that. Looks really good. It's the landing page we wanted. And then, by the way, that's the little thing right here I'm talking about. You could barely see it. That's why I haven't included it in the email itself. This little Klaviyo thing, it comes off if you pay for the version of Klaviyo. This one's not, so that's the reason it's not there. And then, you can check it on your iPhone or your phone as well. I'll show you what it looks like on mine. Here we go. It'll show up. So yeah, you can check it out on mobile as well. Or you could go to Klaviyo and check it out there. Looks all good. We sent it to ourselves, so we're ready to launch the campaign. We're gonna hit next. And then schedule or send out. Smart sending, that's intentional. You could take that off. I told you guys in the beginning. Message, again, the unsubscribe link, Klaviyo adds that automatically. Doesn't hurt your deliverability at all. It's all good. Tracking, that's completed. Again, that's optional if you want tracking or not. And then make sure everything looks fine, looks all good. And schedule or send out. Now, when you schedule the email out, make sure that you do it in recipient's local time zone. So if I'm in Chicago, I'm going to get it. Let me rephrase. If I want the email to be sent at 10 a.m., people in New York are going to get it sent at 10 a.m., and then people in Chicago are going to be sent at 10 a.m., and then Arizona, and then finally California, if that's all the 4 time zones. And then same thing up here, same thing happens if somebody's in the other side of the world. So it'll be sent to whenever the recipient's local time zone is. In the case that, let's just say that you want it to be sent out right away, you could also hit send now, and then it'll be immediately sent to whomever you want. But for us, in this case, we'll send it out on Tuesday, December 2nd. We could do 11 a.m. Make sure you double check if it's a.m. or p.m. Just want to make sure you do that. Recipient's local time zone. You could also do it to a specific, place or whatever, but, we put recipients. And then the selected time zone is pass. So all that means is maybe if you're in the States, usually we're all the way behind. So maybe somebody in China subscribe to your list, so you could have the option to send that email immediately if that 11 a.m. is already passed. So let's say somebody in China, it's already 11:05 for them. This email, you could either send it out immediately to them, or you could send it the next day at 11 a.m. I always like to hit send immediately just to get the sale out, especially if it's an actual sale with an end date and schedule campaign. I'm not going to hit it because it'll actually send out, but that's it. So hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you have any questions, let me know. It's pretty simple. God bless you guys. I hope Jesus Christ enters your life. If you have any questions, leave a comment below and I'll try to answer it. And if you want to possibly get some help with your own email marketing, click the first link in the description. More than happy to have a chat with you or somebody in my team. God bless you guys. Hope Jesus Christ enters your life. Truly, God bless you. All praise and glory be to God.